I screamed my lungs out at the horrific scene before me. Frantically, I rushed toward my son, trapped under the heavy object, but my tiny frame couldn't budge that massive cabinet. After burying my child, something no parent should ever face, my behavior grew increasingly strange. I spent days lying on that old carpet, constantly whispering my son's name. Every few days, I'd solemnly wash his clothes, as if he were just temporarily away from home. But death shows no mercy. No amount of longing can bring back a loved one from heaven. On this day, I walked alone to his grave, my eyes filled with unspeakable grief. I told my child beneath the ground about the sorrows of the living world. Suddenly, cold winds swept through. A strange noise disturbed the cemetery's silence. I looked up alertly, only to see two expressionless figures in black staring coldly at me. Terrified, I immediately turned and ran. While running, I heard another strange sound. Looking back, the two figures had vanished without a trace. I reassured myself this was just hallucination caused by excessive grief, and decided not to dwell on it. Back home, while sorting through my son's belongings, suddenly someone knocked at the door. I assumed it was my husband returning, but the person before me, though resembling my husband, Washington's cheerful with no sign of grief. Even more bizarre, he started talking about my aunt who died 20 years ago, claiming he'd just met her. While I was completely baffled, another knock sounded at the door. My husband's voice clearly came through. This terrified me. I quickly looked back toward the living room. The first husband had completely disappeared. Trembling, I opened the door. My real husband stormed in furiously. The moment he entered, he lashed out at me. Since our son's accidental death, he'd blamed me for being careless. We've been living like strangers ever since, waking from a nightmare in the middle of the night. Thankfully, my husband pulled me back to reality. The next day, I confided in my longtime best friend. She believed my grief was causing hallucinations. She earnestly advised me to let go of the past, but I was convinced what I saw was real. I decided to say goodbye to my mother and head to my aunt's old house to seek the truth. Passers-by tried to dissuade